Stream thinking. It's learning how to trust what is in your present. To get there requires some practice. Just one sheet of paper a day, 10 minutes. Write about whatever is moving through your presence of what is right now without any judgment. Stream thinking sharpens your skills as a listener, as a communicator, and as an activator. Learning how to trust what is right now. This is stream thinking. Today we're reading from August 26, 2023. I find it interesting that those of us in our older years look at the events of today's world and instantly describe them as being extremely strange times. Yet high school students to mid-30-year-olds don't find reason to wonder about current conditions with politics, religion, and finances. See, my choice is to listen to their stories, their dreams, and reasons as to why they allow themselves only so much time to work at a job. Not only am I empowered by their attitude, but I love how the older generation isn't afraid to speak openly about how strange things feel right now. My parents kept to themselves. We have missed out on a lot of truth. How were your parents when you were growing up? Were they open and honest with everything that was going on? When things were tumbling in other nations and maybe in our own country, the financial crisis got worse at times, did they openly sit down and talk with you about it? There are so many things that go unspoken, and by the time it's given to you to digest, you're going, hi, did this just happen? Is this new? Every story has a beginning, and many of those beginnings are decades ago. If we don't take the time to truly go back and have a better understanding of the first initial steps, then we're going to be lost on our personal step from right now. Because we're going to assume the hearsay of what is here is not right if you don't understand that beginning, which is one of the reasons why I live off the mantra, share your story or someone will write it for you. I don't want the future part of my family to assume they know who I am. I want them to know. I want them to have and to hold. I want them to be able to learn from what it was like to go through September 11th, 2001. To go through the pandemic that locked us all down for 2 years. I want them to know that instead of reading about it in a book where assumption is given its own beginning, its own origin. Learning how to put your emotions on a page. Which is why I find it very interesting that those of us who are older in years, we look at today's world and instantly describe it as being extremely strange times. The younger generation, what do they have to compare it to? Except for the lockdown, that was strange times. Not too many people are talking about September 11th, but if you were to break into a conversation, you might get more than just, yeah, that was a strange day. What were your personal experiences? That's what we need to do as this generation, learning to listen to each other's steps. I'm Arrow, and that's Stream Thinking.